And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. What's going on? Word
to your mothers.
Happy hump day once again, everybody.
No shit. It feels weird because we skipped a day.
It is.
So saying hump day right now feels weird.
Merry after Christmas.
Merry after Christmas, dude. We made it.
It's the last hump day of the year.
It is.
Yeah. Is
Get
it?
your last
Oh, yeah,
hump
it is.
on.
Oh my goodness. God, didn't even think
Yeah,
about
New
that.
Year's Monday.
Yep. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I can't believe how fast that comes and goes, and now
Giggity.
we're approaching a new year, and then we start all over again.
Yeah, right.
Dude, tell me
Oh,
about it.
God, I you know, when you grow up and your parents tell you, man, time flies when you get older, I didn't believe them, but shit, dude. It's wild. It's wild how fast it goes.
That it is.
Anyways.
Dude, there's actually a weird theory about that. Like, do you think time is sped up? Do you think they figured out a way to speed up time?
Huh.
You know what I mean? Because like back in the day, 20 years ago or so, it felt like time freaking dragged, bro. But now it's like just boom, boom, boom. The year's over.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think there's like your life is so like filled with like your kids and your job and your hobbies and your wife, like everything. And then so like your day just, you don't have enough time for everything, right?
Exactly.
And when you're a
Yeah,
kid, you're
back
just
in the
like
day, you're
smoking
just-
weed, laying on the couch, eating Cheetos, playing video
Exactly.
games, you know.
Not doing much.
Because when we used to play like God of War for like 6 hours or 5 hours or whatever it was that we just, it's just like, it seemed like, you know, it didn't take that long either, kind of technically because we were doing something. Like, man,
Exactly.
you want to play for another 3? Let's do, you know.
Well, I think a lot of that is just like perception of the world around you.
Yeah.
Because like when you're a little kid, driving to town seemed like hours, but you were only like 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Yeah. You go to Portland, you're like, what? All the way to Portland? It's just like this
Yeah.
big old, ugh, you know?
The
Can we
world
stop
is,
yet? My legs are getting
Yeah.
tired.
The world is much bigger when you're young.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, that's a good one though. Because it does seem like it's, I like your theory there, or whoever came up with that theory of like, you think there's a shift in like the time, like as you get older, you get like closer to the spectrum of something where you're like, you know, it's moving faster. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because you're more
It sure does
disconnected.
feel like that. I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was just like yesterday. I was 30 years old. Now I'm almost 40. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
It's weird.
Come
dude.
on now. Slow this train down. You know,
It's weird. It's weird, man.
it is weird. How was Christmas, everybody?
It was good. It was good, man.
It's good.
Gotta like just stay home, really. I mean, we stayed
Yeah.
home, and we were just talking about before we came up here. I'm like, man, the kids got up super early. I'm not gonna lie. My kids were up, yeah, like 5:30 in the morning, 5:45. Like my middle child and oldest, and I'm like, no, like this is not happening. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this. So I told them like I'll get up at 6:30, and we got up around 6:45, and
Yeah.
kind of got going. But it was good, man. We just did our thing. Kids played with the toys, went out to dinner. You know, because you guys, I know you guys were busy, so we were just like, let's go to dinner and just it was nice, man. It was cool. I can't complain.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yeah. What about
Right on,
you?
dude.
The kids were
Did
just
the
like
norm.
crazy all
We
day.
woke up here and
They were
then
what?
went up to my parents and then went up to, you know, Tiff's parents and all that stuff. But
Oh.
Made the rounds.
dude, the nights beforehand, we were hanging out at the gym.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
gym has become the hangout spot, dude.
Really?
That place is going to be fucking sick when they get all that shit done.
Yeah.
Like, how do you mean? Like, people just hanging out around the weights and stuff?
No, well, yeah, I know. It kind of sounds like that. But upstairs, there's an apartment. So we used to live in this, like, I mean, very unfurnished apartment. Like,
Yeah.
no drywall. Everything's exposed. I mean, very little wiring. You're talking about, like, extension cords to plug in everything. You know what I mean?
You're making it sound real like ghetto, bro. It was actually pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it was just like slabs of carpet just laid down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't really finished at all.
But it had a
But-
cool feel to it. It had a cool feel to it.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. But it was very dingy, very dark.
Yeah.
They've completely redone the whole thing. So
Okay.
it looks phenomenal. And like you wouldn't recognize it when you walked in there.
Okay, that's good to know.
And they turned it into a music studio. So I mean, it's going to be a place where they produce, you know, artists and all that shit. And because Tiffany's uncle is actually pretty good at writing music, and he's written songs for several country musicians. And
So-
it's like one of those things where you write the song and then they take it and then they get the fame for it.
Yeah, I get you.
Who's gonna be the guy running the studio?
I don't know. They apparently have a guy. I don't know if her uncle's going to be part of that, but it's pretty fucking, it's awesome, dude. And then like
I'm
the
glad they're
place
doing
that
that.
used to be the storage is now the hangout spot. And there's just like a bunch of different tables. There's some bar stools that Uncle Dean got from like Bart's or something. Like one of these places that went out of business, they pulled the bar stools out. These nice leather fucking, bar stools. So we're going to put those in the room, and it's literally going to look like a lounge up there.
Dude, I really like that space. I'm really glad they're doing something with it, because the old apartment you guys had and the newer one were just like cool spaces, right? They just weren't finished. So like you could see that it could have been really neat, like the setup. So I'm glad they're spending money on it, man. That's good. It's good.
No, it's fun. So we went up there for a couple nights, and then we'll probably be back there for New Year's.
Nice. Very cool.
Indeedy. Yeah.
I think we're hanging out here, or you're going there, or one of the two. Or I think we're hanging out on New Year's.
Yeah.
I think
you guys going to go skinny dipping?
That water's fucking cold, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
know, you should do it.
I went and looked at the thermometer when I put the cover on, because the cover's on the pool now. And it was like 55 degrees.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's not cold.
That's cold.
That's cold, dude.
Come
When
on.
your body's all
that-
adjusted to something different, like
that's like cold plunge temperature that like they recommend, like 50 degrees or below.
oh,
Yeah.
God.
Dude, do it. Try it. We did that. We did that in Disneyland. There was a
The
cold
cold plunge?
pool and then a hot pool.
Oh yeah. If I had like
A hot tub would be different.
if I had like a hot tub, I would do like cold plunge and then go in the hot tub. But just to do cold plunge and then have to deal with that for a while,
Yeah, then just deal with it.
yeah, yeah.
that wouldn't be as good.
I don't know about. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. I actually would like to do the cold plunging. I've heard just all the good effects that it has on your body. You know what I mean? So it'd be something that I actually would do. I don't think I'd mind it, but I struggle getting into a pool. Like my balls are very sensitive, dude. And so like I have to
Most
I have to
balls
teabag the pool for a good couple minutes. Chris usually makes fun of me, but I think if you put your mind to it, you just get in, just do your thing,
Hell yeah.
and then you're like, okay,
Yeah, and that's what I usually say. I'm just fucking just get in.
Yeah,
When you're like teabagging, the water's like 70.
listen,
70,
I'm not
80 degree
saying
water.
that it's
That's
effective.
not cold water.
I'm not saying it's effective. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but my balls thanked me later, because I feel like it's like when you get into colder water and it's just a hard, like, everything sucks in. It's like,
So you do the move where you go like knee high and then you just dip it in like a
oh
tea
yeah,
bag?
yeah.
You up and down, bounce it
Yeah, I
in
mean,
like a
listen,
booty?
I do jump in the pool. I'm just saying, yes, absolutely. Yes, I'll kind of hang out. I usually hold my nipples because I feel like my nipples just get really hard, and so I kind of shake down and come up, and it's like a mating dance, really, It doesn't win my
Kinda
wife
is.
over though, I guess,
Yeah.
It's not a great look, but
Do you have a call when you do it? Like,
well, I mean, I make noises. Chris can attest that. I'm just like, oh shit, and do that kind of stuff. Get the chin flap or whatever. That stuff that birds do. So it's good.
hell yeah.
I don't know if birds
Well,
do that.
so
Turkey?
I know today we got some fun videos and all that
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
before we get started, you guys, check out the Patreon, check out our stuff,
Yeah.
leave a 5-star rating on Apple, leave the 5-star rating on Spotify.
For sure.
Leave a freaking comment, because we haven't had a comment in a while. I love those comments. I love reading them on the Twitter. And you know what? Hey, if you guys want to support the show, Patreon is the way to do it. And then also, Chris just made some badass merch, bro.
Yeah, there's some shirts
Yeah.
up there for sale. But if you buy the Scan Me shirt, you can also promote the show.
Absolutely.
What is it?
You can walk around with that QR code on you.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if anyone scans your shirt, it takes them right to our Apple Podcast.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it'll go to an abandoned amusement park or something.
This goes to some weird shit. No, dude, it helps us out a lot. Obviously, we appreciate all you guys, and it's becoming a new year,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like we're starting to like find our groove again. You know what I mean? Like it's been really nice past couple weeks, and I don't know. It's that time of year. I'm just happy. I think we kind of figured out like what we like and what we're enjoying talking about, and I think there's a lot of stuff coming through the pipeline.
Oh, dude.
And so it's going to be a wild year. So I think we're ready to attack it at full speed. So make sure you hop on there, guys. It's going to be lots of cool stuff on there for sure. So,
dude, speaking of wild year, frickin' Kevin Spacey's back with his Christmas videos now.
Yeah, dude.
Like, but this time he was on Tucker.
And this one was like,
what the hell?
It wasn't his normal Christmas video though.
No.
He did the character, but he was like doing an interview as if he was running for president.
I didn't like it. I got to be honest with you. You sent it over through the messaging, and I was like, oh boy. And I was expecting just another video of him doing his thing. Mm-hmm. And when I saw Tucker at first, because the way that if you watch the video, the very first couple minutes of it, it almost seems like fake. It almost seems like they have like a Tucker interview.
Dude, it was totally like scripted.
Well, no. I'm not talking about scripted. I'm saying it seemed like they took like, you know, when you see them taking an interview,
clipped Tucker into it,
and he has an interview with somebody else, and they put him in there, and he answers. Like it seemed like that at first, and then I realized that no, this was. But my thing is like, why did Tucker do it? That was my question. Right? Why did Tucker do that? Because I mean, at this point, can't we understand that this guy's really sleazy?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been convicted of anything, mostly because of his accusers passing away. But, and you know, it's like, there's just so much to this character that I don't know why he keeps on bringing back this Frank Underwood guy, right?
It is a
like
cool
he just
character.
Can't let it go.
Yeah, no, I think
if you've ever seen House of Cards, I mean, it is a good character.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that. I was talking about that dude that played Elvis, and he hasn't let that shit go.
Yeah.
It's like you get stuck in this role that it seems like it's your new thing. Like
kind
it
of like
fits
whoever
you.
plays Joker.
Well, it's Samuel L. Jackson in Shaft. Like, remember wherever he went, he was just, I'm Shaft. I'm fucking Shaft.
It's like you get so enwrapped in that role that you almost think that that's your new personality.
Yeah. Like somewhere along the line, Samuel L. Jackson played a role where he just said motherfucker a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. And now that's his persona. Like,
well, and look at it from Kevin Spacey's point of view, right? Like, you know, we're not him. We don't know what he's thinking or what his side is. And obviously there's the rumors and the different kind of coincidences and not coincidences of people dying and all this such, right? He probably looks at it like, you know what? People are like talking about me when I do this, and they get like, you know, the internet goes fucking wild when I have this voice, and like it's publicity for him.
Oh yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of people that hate him now, and there's still a lot of people that love him, you know? And so he's looking at like, fuck, free publicity, man. I'm the villain.
No, I mean, if you read the comments on that, so I mean, just to like back up for 1 minute, every year Kevin Spacey comes out with a Frank Underwood video. Yeah. Right. Yeah. He didn't last year, and I was very disappointed. But then this year he actually came back, but it was like different format interview. But I wonder, like, what are the stipulations with Netflix of him doing his character outside of that contract?
I don't think they care. You know,
because if that's the case, then he can start his own Twitter thing. Like he can start his own show on Twitter or on X.
Oh, just as the Underwood guy?
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there is some kind of like, listen, you can't make another movie using the same literal character.
The likeness.
Yeah, but I mean, like, a voice is a voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, him using that voice and kind of using his, you know, that slower, like...
The drawl.
That's just like, that's a voice. How do you regulate a voice? You know what I mean? So... I don't see how they can stop
though the name Frank Underwood and like the whole politician role.
I feel like we've seen like Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, all these guys like will go onto a show and act as a character that they once were. Whether it's Ace Ventura or you see Will Ferrell, he'll do like the Talladega Nights thing, you know, and it's like that was their person, that was their character that they kind of basically created, and so it would be weird to have them not kind of use those. I think in some aspect, you know.
Yeah, because I was thinking that. I was like, I see this as an opening for Kevin Spacey to come out and start his own show on X.
You know what? I think it would do really well, if you want my honest opinion, because I think his fans would obviously like it. And then people that are also very skeptical and think negatively of him would watch it because they want to try to pick up any, you know, where are the clues coming? You know, where's the...
Well, so that is one thing, dude. Chris, can you pull up the video just real quick? I don't want to play it. I just want you to like show a picture of Kevin Spacey on the couch with the pillow.
Okay.
Because there was some speculation that the pillow
Portland's trending
had the design of Epstein's Island on there.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't know if I see that.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if I see. Oh yeah, see, has that kind of. It's
Yeah, but,
kind of like
that's such a generic logo. I mean, it's such a generic logo, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that on a bazillion different things. And I'm sure some would argue that no, it's not. I feel like that's a pretty common, I don't know. But
Plus,
see,
doesn't it look like a cat was laying on that pillow?
well, or he
like a small
rested his
dog.
elbow on it, you know?
Yeah,
That's
or
just what they do. Like you go to any kind of like hotel or anything like that, and the pillows are always like have that they crease.
that crease.
They
in
always do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because here's the thing: is once you start tying those things in, then you're starting to assume that Tucker's in on this thing. That's what you have
exactly
to do,
right.
And so, listen, Tucker's got his own faults, I'm sure, but I think
Or you can look at it the other way, like Kevin Spacey flipped, and he's now coming because the Epstein's list is coming out soon, and so they're tying that in, saying like, hey, Kevin Spacey was all tied up, not necessarily in the Epstein stuff, but he was sitting in the chair with Ghislaine Maxwell,
sure,
right? The throne back in 2001 or something. So he might know some details. And he did say in that interview, the quote unquote interview with Tucker, that he currently doesn't recognize his old party right now. He said that. He's like, I currently don't recognize my own party.
Well, is that Kevin Spacey or is that him playing a character?
Who the hell knows,
it wouldn't
dude?
shock me if it was actually. Listen, we've heard a lot of people say this. We even talked about even Fetterman has been talking about how he doesn't recognize the party, and like I feel like that's kind of the common ground right now, right? Where it gets so out of control. So I mean, I didn't look at like when I listened to it, I wasn't really like putting a lot on that kind of weight on that kind of stuff per se.
Yeah,
I just thought it was weird that like the whole like presidential talk, we also know, like you said, the Epstein things are coming out in literally weeks now at this point.
Yeah.
Or a week.
Less than a week.
Yeah, less than a week. And I just, if you knew that you were guilty of something, or you knew that you partook in certain things that were right, that were going to be exposed. That's what I've been talking about with Obamas, right? The Obamas. You tend to generally distance yourself from everything, right? You kind of go away, stay out of the limelight, right? Let it ride out and die.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was weird to me that like he's kind of seemed to come out of nowhere. We haven't really seen him for a long time in any significant
couple
thing.
of years.
Yeah, it's been very bizarre that he all of a sudden resurfaces and does this like quote unquote funny interview. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that he like makes his appearance back as this character and not just as Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so do you remember? So he skipped last year, but the year before that, he came out as Kevin Spacey. He wasn't Frank Underwood.
Yeah.
And it was about the suicide hotline number.
Yeah.
Remember? He was like,
yeah.
if you're feeling down, like give this number a call. And like he was in the park on a bench and shit, like walking around a park. Very, very strange.
That's the thing. That's where like I struggle with so much with this. Cause like in my heart of hearts, I know this guy's creepy now and I really like him. Let me rephrase it. I really like him as an actor. I think he's a brilliant actor. Probably because he's a little fucked up and he can get in these roles that are really fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of those things where it's like, just because there's questions about certain people dying, which I think that's fair to assume. I mean, let's be real. They all died randomly.
Yeah.
It also is like, it's a hotline that like a lot of celebrities talk about, or a lot of people with power talk about, hey, my wife even wears the shirt, the hotline shirt. She bought it. And it's like, so it's like, as soon as he does something that a lot of people do, you're like, oh, see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if I look at it that way, like, I don't know.
Well, no, I wasn't looking at it like a different way. I just thought it broke the trend. I was expecting a Frank Underwood.
Oh, see, I was assuming you were saying kind of in the sense of like, he's talking about this hotline because, you know what I'm saying? The people that, take their own, they take their own lives and, he's kind of like maybe. a little poke, like, hey, you guys should call this hotline. You know what I mean? Like, check it out.
Yeah.
As people maybe. He knows dies. I mean, let's be real. His victims, there's a couple that aren't here.
I get you. Okay.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
There was. Well, so because the weirdest thing was, remember the Kill 'Em with Kindness video?
Yeah.
He came out with that on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
The following day, his accuser died of suicide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm just like, how does that happen? What are the odds of that? You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like-
it is a weird situation that I feel like optically Tucker put himself in a weird spot right now with a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
The comments weren't good.
I don't
weren't good.
understand why you would do that. I feel like you got really good face right now with most people.
Unless you're
exposing it.
I can't exposing it maybe, but like I can't imagine he's completely oblivious to all the Kevin Spacey shit.
Well, it's weird that he didn't listen. It's hard to say like how much of a joke was this, like, but then again, if it was a real like heavily joked about thing, like this is going to be just for like fun. Like, why would you even want to partake in that? First of all, and not to ask him like any serious questions, you know, like I just feel like that kind of like turns you into Maury Povich. You know, like you're doing these like weird skitty fucking things instead of like.
Is now your show just a skit and it's not actually, you're not actually interviewing people?
He did have Alex Jones on too. Now Alex Jones is getting his X account back.
He already got it back.
Well, so here's the thing though.
Like
but
that type of thing too.
Alex Jones, like we've all talked about Alex Jones, and he definitely should have had the right to say what he wants to say. We all should have the right to say what we feel like is we want to say, right? Whether you agree or don't, right? But Alex Jones seemingly didn't kill anybody or grape anybody or essay anybody, like name all the different, you know, things. Like it seems like Kevin Spacey has done some pretty egregious shit. You know what I mean? Like harm people. And even if he didn't do something to these people, like he didn't have his hands on them actually like taking their life, right? Whatever traumatic thing they went through led them to do that. More than likely. A combination of things probably. So like he did have his hands in it in some aspect, right? Like whether they
literally.
Well, I'm not saying he hired somebody per se, even though that.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying he did. Yeah, hands were
inappropriate.
Yeah. But like you, there's a point where like you're going up against, like, you know, when the whole thing is like, if you go up against the government, like good luck, right? The government has so much money and so much power. Like that's a hard battle to beat in the courts, right? If you're going up against Kevin Spacey and you're some nobody, you know, that nobody knows about, like that's a tough battle. You're trying to, and the world loves Kevin Spacey. At least they did at a certain point.
Yeah.
That's a tough court case. That's a tough battle for you. So maybe these people felt hopeless and they were just like, fuck this, you know, but that's still on Kevin Spacey to some extent.
So I'm just going to like throw out a weird theory here.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you think because of his ties, Kevin Spacey's ties with Ghislaine Maxwell, he might have seen some things and known some things, and maybe all of these accusers were bunk anyway? And they're trying to set up Kevin Spacey and this whole thing with Netflix, because Netflix canned his ass. He wasn't he wasn't charged with anything. He was accused of a lot. Okay, so you're saying you're looking at it from a completely reversed role. Kevin Spacey actually is an innocent person who was put through the ringers through like Ghislaine. And or if not innocent, was willing to come forward with this information. And maybe that's why he's putting his toes in the water with Tucker saying, hey, when the stuff drops, you know where to go to find the true information, Tucker Carlson. Okay, so here's where I agree with you on, man. Chris, jump in anytime you want, but here's where I agree with you on. I've tried to do a much better job over the years of not accusing people of something they haven't been convicted of or we don't have great evidence for. Now, I think there's a lot of stuff about this case that seems bad. We just talked about that. So I'm leaning more towards he's guilty. However, it's the Michael Jackson thing, bro. It's the Michael Jackson thing. Like, you have a person who fits the mold. Michael Jackson was very weird, very childlike, did all the plastic surgery, just lived a very weird life. And he is an easy fucking target. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt closer to kids than he did older people. And so he'd have the kids as thing. It's easy to say this guy's a pedophile, right? He did all this shit. And he really can't defend himself because he looks so weird. And he is such a weird person, right? And he died. Yep. And now no one knows. And
supposedly,
Kevin Spacey is a person that is creepy. He always has been. He has a creepy demeanor to him. He gets into a character that's creepy. Point, though, before you jump off of Michael Jackson, he was coming out about the whole Illuminati and all that stuff. Like,
he was saying
he had videos. He was standing up in front of like podiums of people saying like, hey, they try to control you on this. They talk shit about me. I didn't do any of this stuff. They don't want me to tell you the truth and all that stuff. Well, and he saw from you're talking about the early 70s, bro, or whatever it was. I mean, late 60s. I don't even know the exact time, but from his childhood on, he saw the industry front to back. And you're talking about the biggest pop star of all time.
Literally. What if he was the first one? What if Michael Jackson was like the first one they like corrupted into doing this kind of shit?
I don't know. I've never believed that he did it. I've never believed that Michael Jackson did that. I still don't. And I know a lot of people think he did. That's totally cool. And I'm sure there's evidence for both, but I've always liked him. I've always loved his music as a kid. And I've never personally believed that he did anything to kids. And so I don't know that I'm right or wrong on that, but that's the same thing with Kevin Spacey. You know what I mean? Like the only thing about him is that he's older. He's creepy. He doesn't have like a childlike thing that Michael Jackson did, right? Because you could look at him and go, man, he was just traumatized as a kid and he wanted to relive his childhood because he didn't have one. It made sense. Like Kevin Spacey just seems like a killer who's an actor.
I actually heard something that they were forcing him to talk and be like that.
Oh yeah,
because the same thing.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, there was the same thing with Britney Spears because she actually did that in the concert one time where she apparently sang a song in her normal voice and it was actually a lot deeper.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was caught on a hot mic. Now, take it for what it is, but he was caught on a hot mic talking in his normal voice, and it was much deeper than his like.
He did. Hey guys, how's it going?
It was.
It was like, what the fuck's this, Bran? But he talked like a normal person.
Yeah,
it was in his contract to talk weird.
Well, I see it gets weird because you can look at it both ways. Like, did they have a contractual kind of situation, or did he not understand that like that whole image and style of Michael Jackson? It was a brand, and he had to keep that brand going, regardless of,
it wouldn't surprise me if they forced him to keep that going.
Like if Mike Tyson didn't speak like the way he speaks, and he started speaking in a deeper voice and just normal voice, like it would be like, that's not really Mike Tyson anymore. You know what I mean? Like his voice is not the same. Like I think he'd want to keep that voice because everybody knows him for that voice. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Or is it contractual?
I don't know. Like I just see. I thought the whole like. The firing of Kevin Spacey from House of Cards happened during the Me Too movement, so I could see how that happened.
Did he get fired, or did the show just get canceled?
Well, it was both. I think because he got fired, I mean, that's the end of the show, dude. It's you can't have House of Cards without Kevin Spacey.
True.
And so I feel like he went down with the House of Cards in the Me Too movement, but I don't know if. I don't know why all of his accusers would die. You know what I mean? That is the weird part to me. It's like,
well, I mean, how many died?
We're saying the good
accusers?
guys.
I don't remember the number.
There was a few.
How many of the how many people
like
accused
three
him?
of them. I think there
were three out of the four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some woman who got pushed into traffic. Mm-hmm. There was the suicide hanging, and then there was something else. But then another, like a younger accuser way back in the day. Yeah. Just like pulled out of the whole thing because he deleted some texts and images and stuff.
Listen, there's things happen, but like when you get that many of the accusers doing it, like it's hard to look past it. I mean, no matter where you stand with like conspiracy and all the other things, like it is very hard to look past the fact that many people of his accusers went missing, died, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there has to be something else to it.
But we've also seen bullshit. We've seen the bullshit with these accusers come out at the right time.
100%.
Like, look at the Kavanaugh, look at the Trumps.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of those accusers were lying?
I know it's
a lot of them, probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've talked about that in nauseum. Like how many people will just flood onto a person, and it's like a hit job.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah,
that's how he had to step down because all the flood of women out of nowhere.
And that's where it gets messy because, like, I'm sure there are many people that do terrible things to people. But like, it's hard to prove it right or wrong. And it's like, then you get that court of public opinion and it's overwhelming, bro. Cause I don't like Cuomo at all. Right. But at the same time, it's like, even when that was going down, we said, we're like, these are just accusations. Like we can't, like, you can hate him for everything under the sun, but like, I don't want to like say he's guilty right now. Like I have no idea. Like these are just women that they are like, you should go say something. How are we ever going to know without a court date?
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened.
Did you see, I think it was Cuomo came out and said he would vote for Trump.
Oh, really?
Which one? The
I
younger
heard
one?
He was trying to make a comeback.
Yeah. The younger Cuomo. No, the TV
Fredo?
person. Yeah. Fredo. I get him mixed up, dude. Chris Cuomo.
They were like, they were talking and they asked him because I guess he was talking like how Biden was doing a bad job or like shit's crazy right now or whatever. Something like that. And they asked him if he would ever vote for Trump. And he was like, I mean, it's on the table.
Well, that was Michael Rappaport as well.
Michael
Yeah.
I feel
Rappaport.
like people are saying that because they don't like Biden. But as soon as somebody replaces Biden, they'll just scrap that idea
100%.
and vote for whoever
Probably.
replaces
They're
Biden.
they're saying if it's Trump and Biden, if that is the ticket,
Yeah.
like how do you vote for Joe Biden? Like literally, even if you are a starch Democrat, like how do you possibly vote for a guy who's going to die? You know,
Yeah.
like literally, I'm not trying to be mean. The man is on the,
Yeah.
like I feel like just somebody's just holding him up. You know what I mean? Some power is just kind of keeping him fucking walking right now. It's not his own doing. You know what I mean? Like his motor skills are gone. You know,
I heard.
Yeah, it's
I heard
weekend
that.
at Biden, or
I heard
weekend
that,
at Biden's.
Weekend at Biden's, yeah.
yeah.
I heard the Secret Service leaked out that he walks around the White House naked at night and doesn't know.
God, what a
where he
terrible
is.
sight that would be. God damn.
And see, it's like, how does the Secret Service leak that out? Like, really?
But it's true.
Ah.
You know?
But also at the same time, like, why wouldn't I'd walk around the White House naked?
Well, here's the thing. Listen,
Yeah.
Like, why,
I'm
I'm
the
the fucking
boss.
president of the United States.
yeah,
I'm walking around
Make
this
me
bitch
a
naked.
peanut butter and jelly, bitch.
I
I
mean,
have my dick swinging in the Oval Office.
he just says, "Where's Haley at? I need a shower." You know.
Yeah. Where's her notebook? Write this one down.
Well, here's
bitch.
the thing. Like, if you're old, I don't really care that you walk around the house naked. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. But the Secret Service, like, let's be real. We didn't really talk about it, but we had that whole, like, that drunk driver that hit the motorcade.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to, we don't need to get into it, but what I took from that was, he was completely oblivious to everything going on. And on top of that, the car hit, you heard the bang.
Oh yeah.
And the Secret Service did not act like
They
what
didn't-
Secret
they
Service
didn't
should have
respond
acted
at
like.
all.
They just kind of looked around like, what? And then kind of moved him into, and you watch those old videos of the assassination attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Those Secret Service are fucking jumping on the president. Like, fucking bodies flying, people, oh, get him going. Go.
Yeah. You watch that video and like it goes, "Goosh," and then Biden and the Secret Service are like,
And
Huh?
I
What
almost
was
felt
that?
like the Secret
Huh?
Service looked at each other and said, "We had an opportunity. God damn it! You know, we could have
So you're
have
talking about
saved
the
America."
car- You're talking about the car that rammed into
Yeah.
Biden's motorcade.
Yeah, he was getting into the
Yeah.
car, and you hear
There's
this
a
big crash.
46-year-old man who
Yeah.
ran into the 46th president of the United
But I'm saying
Oh,
a
no, that was
car
weird.
comes
Oh, that's
barreling
fine.
into cars, okay, on the president's motorcade.
he wasn't going that fast.
It doesn't. I'm just
He
saying.
wasn't barreling.
Okay, hits the car, however fast. I don't. It doesn't matter. My point is a car hit his motorcade,
Yeah.
and like everybody acted like, "What's this? What's going on right now?" Like that should be immediately taken as a threat. You don't know what's going on. That should be a threat towards the president. You
Oh,
should,
yeah.
like that's the only way the Secret Service should look at it. And they acted like fucking it's another evening. You know what I mean? It's just well, he's fine. He's
They
good.
they acted like every other person that would drove by a car accident.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
Hey, what was that? Oh, shit. Where's Biden?
Oh wait, I'm
Wait.
Secret Service. I forgot.
Jeez, man.
That'd be hilarious if they look for Biden. He's just like halfway down the sidewalk, like,
He's just
Hey.
walking.
No.
He's just
What
walking
happened?
aimlessly down the road. Huh?
yeah.
I have.
Shit, we took our eyes off him one time.
Watch that. Yeah, they look away and he's gone too, naked,
Had one
walking
job to
down
do.
New York City, playing with
he's
rats.
immediately naked and just
Oh,
walking
God.
around.
I wanted to talk about kind of my wife actually brought it up to me before the show. We were like eating dinner and she's like, "You hear about this?" Like, and I know I just talked about a cruise ship, guys. So here, I know I'm not on a cruise ship roll, but this has to do with the cruise ship. And she's like, "Have you heard anything about this cruise ship thing?" And I was like, she's like, "The 9-month cruise ship." And I was like, "No, we talked about the 3-year cruise ship that like got canceled and everybody was like
Yeah.
pissed off." She's like, "This thing's like all over TikTok, like this 9-month cruise ship."
9 month.
So I actually looked it up, and of course, there's a ton of videos. So, real quick, like, you guys remember that like 1970s, maybe 80s experiment that they did? I don't remember the name of it, but it was an experiment where they put all the like the teenagers in like a jail situation. They took out all the guards and they like gave them roles, and they like enacted these roles to a T, where the
Yeah.
kids were like acting like cops and arresting and like beating up
Really?
the prisoners. It's a
Was
famous.
it teenagers or was it like a preteen, like 13-year-old?
Yeah,
It
you
was
sure this
something,
wasn't
maybe
like a
12.
Maury episode?
No, it's a famous case. It's
Where
a
they're, like,
famous study.
Scared straight or
They
something.
put him in a prison, if I'm not mistaken, a prison. It was like a Harvard experiment or something. I think they were older than teenagers, but actually,
Huh.
they basically said, you guys are going to be like the police officers, you know, the jail, and then the students are going to be the prisoners. And they actually got in, like naturally just got into the role, and they were like literally treating each other like prisoners and you know, and they were just classmates, right?
Okay.
It's the whole like when society breaks down, like the natural progression of like trying to like start a government or trying to like have order in a system, right? I bring that up because like this cruise ship thing is getting kind of wild. It's almost like a reality TV show at this point. It's like a Caribbean cruise. It is a 9-month cruise. Let me get you the quick breakdown. They wanted to do a 9-month cruise. This is a pretty long cruise. It goes around the world. They have a bunch of big stops, and it's very expensive, right? It's almost as expensive as that 3-year cruise. It's super expensive. But the idea was that you had to buy the whole 9 months, okay? And people were like upset because they're like, well, I kind of want to do 2 legs of it, not the whole thing, or I want to do a single leg, not the whole 9 months.
Why wouldn't you do the whole thing?
Because it's super expensive. And they're like, I would love to.
Yeah, but you're just gonna end up in some random
Yeah, but
fucking
you fly
country,
back.
and now you have to find your way back.
Yeah, no, you fly back. Like, because they have legs. So they're doing like an Asian leg, like a part, it's basically Asia. But no, they said no. Like, you have to do the whole 9 months. Like, there is no splitting this shit up.
You're like, can't I just do the foot part
Okay. Well,
instead
sure.
of the whole leg?
Sure. I just want to do the cool European part, right? So, long story short, they ended up not selling as many tickets as they thought. So they decided, the Caribbean cruise or whatever decided that they were going to sell tickets at a discounted price and do legs. Like what everybody wanted, they just ended up doing that. So then all the people that spent all that money on the 9 months said, well, fuck this. I want to like return my shit and get the single. That's what I wanted the whole time, right? So now there's this riff of everybody. And they weren't allowing it to happen. Like people were trying to they were like, I didn't want to be under 9 months. And these people only get to come on for a month or 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the ship goes out to sea. And now everybody's like filming this thing. Like it's all these influencers on here. And there's all these like, even like crew members are filming. They're like, this shit's getting wild, bro. This ship is out of control.
How?
So apparently like the people that are the 9 month people are like wanting to like take over this ship almost. They are actually like forming like town halls.
Like
in
they're
the
having
ship.
like a mutiny on board?
Yeah. Well, not really, but kind of.
That's what it said.
Yeah. So
I'm reading this article. It says, quote, there's going to be a mutiny, said one TikTok user.
yeah. So
There's going to be blood.
There's gonna be
Yeah.
blood.
Someone is going overboard.
so they're called the Pinnacles, bro. The Pinnacles.
They name
No, it's
themselves?
like so in the cruise ship realm. It gets really weird and funny. There's certain people that go on cruise ships all the time, multiple times a year, and been doing it for
They're
decades.
usually like retired people.
And so they have a lot of points. So somebody referenced it like an airplane. You know when you have a lot of airplane points and you say, well, listen, I spent a lot of money on this flight. I should get first. And they give you first class or something. You know, you get the more points you get, the more like luxury you get.
Yeah.
So the Pinnacles, you know, these longtime cruisers are on this ship and they're like, well, we're on here for 9 months and you were only on here for a month. So we want to decide what we can do.
So we're like the ship elders.
So they actually have like secret groups, like Facebook groups just for the Pinnacles. They
created Facebook groups.
Yes, they have town hall meetings with just the Pinnacle members. Right?
Allegedly.
No, I watched the
It
video.
says allegedly.
I watched the video of them all sitting around the circle. People are filming everything now at this point, right? And so they're like, yeah, and they're almost as like the Titanic. There's like classes on this ship right now. Like there's like the lower level. Apparently, there's some racism happening.
What if you just lied and said you were a Pinnacle?
This
Well, they
says,
know.
One person claimed that American and non-American guests were being treated differently on board of the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So American versus non-American.
So
who is being treated better?
Americans. They're being treated better apparently.
Oh.
And there were some African Americans who were saying that they were being treated poorly, being consistently asked like, how did you afford this trip? Like that kind of stuff.
Dude, if you think about it, remember when the Big C started and there was that cruise ship that was stranded and everybody was getting the Big C?
And they had to kept everybody on the ship. Yeah.
Right. And it was like this big social experiment there. And they wanted to see, okay, how fast is the spread? What can we contain? All this stuff. It's kind of like that.
It is.
It reminds me of that.
So what I'm saying is like 9 months is a long time to be away. Right. And it's almost at what my questions are this. At what point, with a lack of control from like the Caribbean cruise ship, do people start making their own rules? You know what I'm saying? Like just like human nature. Do you start like grouping up, making your own rules? Because they actually had meetings where one of the examples that was used was they were getting ready to pass like the what's it called? The lights in the sky. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the
Aurora Borealis.
Borealis.
The green.
Yeah, the Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. And so the meeting happened, right? And they decided that only the Pinnacles were gonna they decided they were gonna be able to watch the Northern Lights, and the other people could not come on the deck to watch the Northern Lights.
How would they stop them?
they didn't tell anybody that they were even, so no one knew that they were happening. So that, because they didn't share it with anybody else. So they kept it a secret. Like, hey, we know that the Northern Lights are going to be here. We're all going to meet on the deck. And we want to have only the Pinnacles are allowed to be on the deck to watch this. And people were pissed after they found out that, like, wait, so we actually went through the Northern Lights, because once in a lifetime experience. You guys didn't even tell us. The ship didn't tell the crew, like, hey guys, come on deck.
Oh, so the crew is on board with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit, bro. But my
pun intended.
What I think is fascinating to me is really just like the human nature of the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
like
the tribalism.
The people that have the most points, the credit system, right? It's like this whole credit system of like, hey, we've been doing this for longer than you've been doing this. You watch the Titanic and you see these lower class.
Maybe that's what they're doing. They're practicing for the social credit score system. I saw I watched a video on another channel. They were talking about a major bank is coming out with a social credit score type of thing that if you are, you're buying these green products, then you'll get certain more credits on your card. Like it's for like a credit card.
Yeah.
But it's they might be testing this in like a micro environment, saying like, how would people treat each other if we did go to this social credit score system?
It's weird.
You know what I'd do? If I wasn't the 9-monther and I found out that I'm going to miss out on the Northern Lights, there'd be like, hey guys, you may be a Pinnacle, but I can still kick your ass.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to keep me from going on deck.
Listen, it's getting wild on the ship. It's getting wild on the ship. It's like Waterworld.
There's going to be fights
on this ship.
I'm
dude.
surprised over that. Like, you're missing out on like a life opportunity right there, a life experience.
People are already leaving the ship.
I'm surprised people aren't just kicking people's asses.
Yeah, people are leaving right now. Like, they're like, people have already left the ship. Like, they've had like helicopters take them off the ship, or they've left at a certain port. Because they have all this money invested in it. The rooms are not what they said they were. They're much smaller rooms. It's very expensive. And so there's this like pent up energy on the ship. And on top of it, in modern society, with the way
it sounds like a movie.
It does.
I was just reading the comments. I mean, this is like a Netflix series, dude.
They
I
should
swear
make
the
a movie
Obamas are
about
coming
this.
out with this.
I think you'll actually see a documentary on it. I bet you'll see a Netflix documentary in a year or two. And what's crazy is there's some people saying that they think that this ship is leaving. It's like a prepping ship. Almost like something's going to happen and these people are going to be out.
And the Pinnacles are going to be prepared.
It's docking on September 10th, 2024 back at the States. So like they're saying like it's going to be out at sea for a major event. We talked about some possibilities that may or may not happen. And so there's, they're like building this government on the ship. It like Waterworld, bro, where you have like these floating
But
vessels.
it's not just going to be out
cities,
at sea. It's stopping at different continents, it's saying.
It will stop at different continents, but it's
75 countries.
I know, but the thing is like you're still out at sea. When you're 9 months, you're out at sea the majority of that time. Like you will stop for a day or two or whatever, whatever they permit.
The docks back the day before September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
274 days. It'll be out.
What's 274?
9. It's 13.
Oh,
13.
Yeah.
Isn't 13 a fucking
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying? No, listen,
Knights Templar.
listen, I think more will come out. All I'm saying is, and this is a matter of me looking at it for about 45 minutes before the show, but what I am noticing from all these videos, it seems like it's actually getting kind of wild. And it seems like there's like this weird human element of like somebody has to lead the ship and the ship's not leading the ship.
You know what's going to happen.
And like workers are like, I'm not involved with their workers are filming this shit, going like, you got to see this shit. This is getting wild.
You know what's going to happen?
What?
There's going to be a murder.
You think so?
Someone's going to get,
Spacey
it's going to
killed?
get escalated.
Yeah. Oh, somebody died on the ship already. Somebody died on the ship already within 2 weeks. I don't know. It's just an accident. Somebody already passed away.
See, that doesn't count though.
I'm looking at these bingo cards, and I mean, there's like cruise ship 150 or 15 pounds. So like you got to gain 15 pounds on this.
Yeah.
Lobster style sunburn, a wedding, massive.
Gaining 15 pounds in
norovirus?
9 months, that wouldn't be hard.
Not when you're eating burgers and fries every night.
Right? Yeah, 15 pounds is nothing.
And it's all inclusive, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
Drinking
unlimited.
a whole bunch.
And that's what they were saying. It's unlimited food, unlimited drinks, and the people's already are pent up and angry,
Oh, man.
and they get a drink nonstop. Like
But
there's
there's
gonna
one
be
of the boxes.
This is gonna turn into a cruise murder mystery.
Yep.
For sure.
Well,
Clue cruise.
These are some of the boxes here. So podcast following the trip. Okay.
Okay,
Hey,
okay, yep.
what if we're the podcast following this trip
Yep.
day by day?
Yep.
But there's petty neighbor drama. There's a fist fight. Someone falls off the boat.
Is this a bingo for this particular cruise?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay.
Someone
Knocked
falls
up
off the
or
boat
gives
is in
birth.
there.
Yeah.
What is?
Someone falls off the boat is in that deck.
I think somebody. No, it's a bingo.
Pirate
So
takeover.
somebody's gonna have a whole thing with that one missing. Come on, man. Somebody needs to fall off this fucking boat. I need to
Yeah,
win
they're
this
gonna
bingo.
and then they're gonna push them.
Yeah.
And it looks like some are crossed off here. Hold on. Weather mishaps is crossed off. Someone goes home early. Port errand runs. Clicks formed.
Yeah. See,
And then a COVID outbreak. Was there a COVID outbreak?
I don't even know. I have no idea on that part.
That'll come.
That will. It says mass STIs. Like a
Oh.
shitload of sexually transmitted
Yeah,
diseases.
it's gonna be a
Oh.
fuck fest. Of course it is.
I mean,
of course it is.
you're on a ship for 9 months.
Yeah, you're gonna fight with your wife. Some guy's
There's-
gonna be
well,
drunk from
and
the
there's
free
gonna
drinks.
be-
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a bunch of single people there too,
Sure.
for sure.
I want to
That's what I
know:
was
is there
thinking,
gonna be a pregnancy? Is there gonna be
Yes.
well, not a
That's
delivery?
one of the cards.
They're gonna
A
they're gonna
delivery.
fuck
You
the
gotta
fir-
get
they're gonna
knocked up.
fuck the first
no
night.
delivery. 9 months is. I mean,
Yeah, they're gonna fuck the first night, and then they're gonna have the kid before they're even. off
that's
the
what I'm
ship.
saying. That's how long this cruise is. You can have a
knocked
preemie
up
on the
or
cruise
gives birth.
ship.
It says or gives birth.
Oh my!
So I
God.
mean, you could give.
Is
you
there
could
a
get knocked
full
up.
medical staff on board? Because that's, I mean, how would you not? 9 months. You specifically made that amount of time.
Well, no, but what if you got knocked up a couple weeks before you went? You don't even know yet. You know what I mean? You go on the
Exactly,
cruise,
yeah.
and all of a sudden
Oh.
you're out there for 9 months, bro.
It could have been days before you left.
It could have been a month before you left, and you might not still know yet. You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
so there's a chance that there's people on that boat that are gonna have a baby.
You spend your whole pregnancy on a cruise ship.
It's rough
That'd be crazy.
That would suck.
with a bunch of dramatic people.
With a bunch of cliques being formed, you got
Yeah.
fucking war games going on deck, trying to keep people from seeing
God.
lights in
Dude,
the sky.
that would be in the movie. That would be in the series.
I'd be on that ship just saying we should listen, love, not war. You know what I'm saying? Clits over clicks. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know, like make a shirt that says that. You know, just get laid before you make a click. You know what I mean? It's way funner, right?
Mm.
Like why
Okay.
be in the drama? You're in there
That's
with
true.
your wife.
You gotta
Bang your
flick.
wife. Enjoy that time. No kids,
Yeah.
whatever this is, and there are kids on this thing.
Flick
too, I
before you click. Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to watch some videos?
Yeah, dude.
I got a couple of short ones, dude. I know you guys have some short ones too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since Christmas just happened, I feel like this first one
Okay.
that I sent you, or the last one that I sent you guys,
Yeah, we see it here. The old
This
orange
guy got-
shirt.
unfortunately, he got a prank for Christmas,
Yeah.
but he was very excited about it. Very,
It's
very excited
terrible.
about it.
Terrible.
Okay. Here we go.
There he is, making a Snapchat video.
I just won $10,000. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! Thank you guys so much. Best Christmas present ever.
He's breathing so heavy. He's posting it on TikTok right now.
Yeah,
Immediately.
he's on his
Snap.
phone.
Damn, they
Everybody's
let
like,
him
"What's
do
the
this.
back of the card say though?" He's
What, you guys
freaking
have,
out.
like lucky hands or something like that. It was the knife. It was the knife.
Yeah, right?
Well, this kid's.
How do you have to redeem it?
I don't know. Read it for me.
No, read it. You
No, you read it.
Winning rules. Winning prizes 1, 5, 25. Maybe you claim whether lottery tickets are sold. Winning tickets, $100 or more, must be sent to mail or in person by the money ferry. 123 Nowhere Drive in Make Believe Land. Is this fake?
Oh, just
Yeah,
the
he
utter
sits in, bro.
fuck.
Are you mad?
He goes, what the
Oh,
fuck?
just like, what a bummer, dude.
Dude, that's kind of mean, bro. That's
Oh,
kind of
I
fucking.
mean-
That shit.
If you were in a situation where like you really needed money and you had that, like I don't know his situation, but if you were like this is life changing, like oh my god, I'm gonna be out of debt, I'm not gonna be broke anymore, and then there's like fuck,
It's
nope.
only 10 grand though.
Dude, 10 grand goes a long ways,
It,
bro.
it can.
It goes
yeah,
a long ways
it
for some
can.
people.
But also, I mean, they ended the joke immediately.
Yeah,
It's not like they let him leave the house and he's like making plans and setting up bank accounts, and then they're like, "It's a joke, bro." Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like 7 months later. That was fake. He's
Like he
"Shit."
goes,
Like
it's
they
not
let him go try to cash it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That'd
But
be good,
still,
dude.
like,
he
listen,
shows up to the place to get the money. He's like, "What do you mean?"
I feel like if you had, like, cause you know, we all have family, like, you know, that there's maybe one or two that are like not as fortunate as others, right? It'd be mean if you played it on somebody like that. That was like really needing
Javi
that
in
money.
the chat says it sucks to suck.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Sucks to be you, dude.
That would be like,
Like if you gave it to a struggling like family member that was like struggling.
okay, that'd be fucked up in the first place.
Yeah.
If you knew that family member was struggling and you gave him a fake winning
Yeah.
lottery ticket.
That's pretty rough, dude. That's
Dude,
pretty
that's
rough.
ripping the scab right
That's
there.
like
That leads to
that's
Kevin
like,
Spacey.
Hey, I'm
you know?
telling you, you're a fuck up to your face.
Yeah. And then the next day they're like, "Oh, Billy, he jumped in front of a car last night." Something. You know?
Must have been that gift
It
card.
must have been. We
Yeah.
fucked up. Yeah, blood on our hands.
There's a lotto curse.
Oh God. What is the other one you have, Greg? You had another one here.
Oh yeah, this one's real quick. So this is a couple. This is an older couple. I think they're like 60 something or something.
Oh, I don't
They
think you
might be
saved
a
it,
little older
Chris.
than 60,
Oh.
but I think the caption's like, "Hey, if this is me at 60 years old, like God bless my life, God bless my wife."
Yeah.
It's a man and an older woman. They're out in the garage and they're doing a beer chugging challenge.
Oh,
Now check
yeah.
out what they do. It's
Yeah.
with their garage door, dude. Pretty fun.
It's on. Okay.
All right, we're on. They're already drunk.
They crack their cans. They put them inside the garage door.
Oh, they duct tape.
Oh
them.
my god.
Look at this. Here comes Grandma.
Oh my god.
Yes, this is great.
They're gonna
This
try to
is so
chug
good.
it. They're trying to chug it. Look at Grandma back there.
Oh, and she just goes, "Bill, this reminds me of the old days."
I don't think
Listen.
we missed a drop. I'm pretty sure we got it all.
Oh God.
See, it's like
dude.
how badass
Oh my God.
would that be?
This
is
If
a new-
those
this
were my
is a new-
parents, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, let's
This is
party
the new
time,
game. We
baby."
have to do this.
Man, dude. Yeah, she was spry, dude. They were both spry. She had that facelift though. She had a pretty gnarly like.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean-
yeah, it was very tight.
I mean, that water. You saw the beer just flow right off her face, bro. No wrinkles. to be
I've
had.
never even thought of that, dude. That's a genius
It's a good idea. It would have been awesome for the Halloween parties back in the day.
Yeah. Well, those are gonna have to come back.
They will. They will. That was good. Yeah, I definitely, I get it. And it says, if this isn't me at 60, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
if this isn't me in 6 years, I don't want it. That's what he's saying. Which is
Yeah.
true. Like they're living their best life, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're living their
when
best
I'm
life.
retired in that age, that's exactly what I want to be doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Like-
and they look like they were best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man and wife.
Like
Like-
figuring out ways to chug beers in different like
that'd be-
aspects. That's
Living the
good.
dream.
I like it, man. I like it.
Good stuff.
I'm envious. Let's see what I got here. I got a couple. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do that second one.
This one?
Yeah, this one's really quick. And hold on. So this one, like,
Is there music?
yeah, turn
Okay.
it. You don't need the music, dude. You don't need it.
Okay.
This is like that chain reaction where like it kind of gets worse as it goes, but it's only like
Oh,
10
it's like a
seconds
Ben
long.
Stiller movie.
Yeah, yeah. So watch this lady. She's bringing in a hand truck of water, okay, into like a restaurant. So check this out.
Okay.
Goes- oh,
Oh,
falls. Chair.
Oh,
Shit.
oh.
Oh, fuck the chair.
What the hell?
Oh, pants fall down.
Dude, she hits the water, falls over, knocks the chair over, almost hits her, and her pants
her
fucking
pants fall
drop
down.
too, dude.
How does that happen?
That's the perfect chain reaction. Boosh.
How did her pants come down?
Dude, it like
That's like something off the Three Stooges,
the
dude.
chair caught her. I don't even know. I don't even know how her pants
The
fell down.
chair didn't hit her belt.
No,
or
a chair
something.
didn't hit her. Her pants were
Dude,
just
she's
that
probably
loose.
just sagging, bro. Is that a she?
I
I
don't know. I don't.
I'm just assuming. I
that
have
looks
no
pretty
idea.
butchy to me, so I'm thinking.
Yeah. Butch McQueen.
Butch McQueen.
Oh, spread 'em, baby.
That's good, dude. Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
Another one I have here. Let's see, which one do we want to do? Yeah, let's do the black and white one here. So this is pretty dope actually. This guy's an Uber driver. This has been around, so some of you may have seen this already, but This dude's an Uber driver or something to that effect, and he actually has a passenger in his backseat. He just picked a guy up, okay? And he gets, a guy comes in to try to rob him, okay? This dude handles it like a boss, bro. Let's check this out.
Can I help you?
Where that money at?
You need to get out.
What? Man, what the fuck you mean? Stop paying me. Where that money at?
I don't have any money.
Stop paying me. Where's that? Right
So
now.
you're saying I don't have any money?
It's a digital world, bro.
Man, give me your wallet.
I don't have it.
Give me your wallet. Right now. Give it to me. Bro, stop.
You gonna shoot me?
Pulls gun.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out
You
of
don't
here.
want to get shot. Come on,
Give me
man.
that wallet.
No.
Bro, stop paying me before I hit you. Give me that wallet, bro.
Just takes
Oh,
off,
he just
right?
pulls off.
Now, the guy back there goes, "Thank you, man." Watch what he says. Watch what he
There's a
says.
guy in the
Yeah.
back. I didn't even see him.
Look what he says right here. He's fucking awesome. Right here.
Not gonna lie, I'm super grateful for you right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm super
Oh,
grateful
yeah.
for you right now. The guy says I'm ex-military, dude. I mean, that guy, you could see the passenger, the relief. It took him a minute. He's like, he starts smiling. He's like, man, I'm really super grateful for you right now. Like,
Dude, if I was that passenger, I would have been ducking as he drove away because there
Dude.
might have been shots through that back windshield.
The
No,
passenger
that
didn't
guy was
flinch.
a pussy.
He didn't flinch though. That fucking passenger did. Just if you watch the video and you actually look at it real close up, he's just like,
I mean, what do you do?
you-
Unless you're armed yourself, like you're kind of stuck back there along for the ride.
that's true, dude. That's true. But what a man, dude. What a man. The guy
Well-
he didn't even look flustered. He's just
No.
like, you're gonna shoot me?
No,
What you gonna,
you're gonna shoot me? Come on,
I'm
man.
gonna shoot you. You want to get shot right now?
But also, the guy that tried to rob him was a pussy.
He was a pussy, bro.
He never planned on doing anything.
Dude, I have a feeling that's the majority of people.
Because they're halfway through the video. He's like, "Man, I'm gonna hit you."
yeah,
And it's like, "But you have a gun.
dude,
And-
I love it.
You're gonna try to hit me."
I love it. I love this shit. I love when you got these thug ass people and they try to do this shit and the guy's just like, get the fuck out of here. And he just drives off. The dude like jumps out of the car, failed. And then the dude in the backseat goes, he took an L. That's what the first thing he said.
Yeah. I like Danielson. If Greg was the passenger, he would be grabbing his poop.
Yeah,
I'd
dude.
do the poop sling,
Hand
dude.
immediately in the pants.
You just see you doing
Yeah.
that like the.
I'd bite the onion first. I'd pull out the onion. You know what I mean? I'd have to wrap that poop in his face.
Your eyes get all big.
Yeah.
Dude, I got one more before we go. I actually sent this one to you guys already, but I still think this is absolutely wild, bro. It is the mayor. Did you guys watch this
one?
video that I
Oh,
sent you?
I did see this. Yeah.
I sent you guys this video the other day. I said this is crazy. So it's Sheila Dixon. She's being interviewed on live TV. Okay, and she's actually running for mayor. In Baltimore, right around Baltimore.
Oh.
And she's on a live thing talking about what she's gonna do if she's elected as mayor, and she's talking about like punishing these like thugs and like we need to hold people
she's doing
accountable.
an interview on the news.
Yes, all while her husband is literally abusing her on live TV.
What?
Yes, and like it's not like listen, there's no punch. It's not like I don't have to give a
He's
warning.
He is literally like yelling at her. You can hear him in the background,
Throwing
and then
shoes
just
at her.
throwing stuff at her head.
And she looks fucking scared. Now, here's the thing. How can you possibly get on TV and say, I'm gonna, and listen, I feel for her. I want to be very clear. I absolutely feel for people that are in domestic violence situations, no question. But how can you possibly get up there and say, I'm gonna end, we're gonna hold people accountable. We're gonna like make sure that this stuff is going on check.
I
And
have
all-
total control of this
Yes.
situation.
All while you're getting literally, and the lady goes, I think we're cutting out or something right now. And she's actually getting like, the camera gets hit out of her. Like, watch this. Dude. It's wild,
it's
bro.
crazy.
It's sad,
Dang.
actually. It's really quite
Okay. All right.
sad. You turn this one up.
It's
Oh,
up.
it's up. It's not very loud.
Mm.
So just go forward a little bit, Chris, so we can
Yeah,
kind
I
of,
can't hear that.
don't worry about anything. Just watch this. You see the woman
Oh, okay.
here. Watch her face. You can see her looking to the side in a second here. She has that RFK voice.
Their volume on this video isn't very good.
It's okay. Watch.
Can
though.
I just like do a voiceover?
see?
you can see her
she's
looking-
side-eyeing right now.
She's like, oh shit, my husband's here and I'm going to be the mayor. And oh fuck, I just got hit in the face. Fuck.
Here it comes, dude. So you'll see like a shirt or a shoe or something.
There's one thing already flew.
Oh, did there?
Yeah.
Okay, watch he'll knock out the. She looks scared as fuck, bro. See, he just threw the thing at her monitor. She's trying to hold it together, bro.
Oh yeah.
She's trying to hold it together, but it continues. And what you can't hear is he's back there like, "Oh, you're gonna fucking do that? You're gonna fucking do that? I don't think so."
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy, dude.
Wow. So what's the repercussion of this? Did anybody get a hold of her?
I don't think
of
so.
The situation.
No, I think what it comes down to is, how do you handle this, first of all, right? Like, what kind of dick? I mean, abuse is one thing, but usually they try to hide sometimes. At least people try to hide it, their husbands. This guy is literally on live TV, just literally beating this chick in a lot of ways.
I wonder if he knew.
Oh, I'm sure he
probably
did.
knew.
Because
Like,
he was listening to her.
Yeah.
He was listening to her, and she was saying, like, we're going to hold these people accountable, and you can hear him in the background.
That's
He's like, oh, you will? Whoosh, throws a shoe at her or whatever the fuck. And it's,
Who throws
Was
a
it her
shoe,
husband?
honestly?
it says
identified
boyfriend,
as her
husband.
husband?
It says boyfriend or husband. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody knows if I don't think she's married or I don't know. But
It wasn't like her kid though.
no, I guess it was her.
No,
her partner.
the voice and the video on your phone is a lot louder, so, and you could hear it's a grown man.
Yeah, it's a grown man. But it's
Okay, I'll
crazy
have
to
check
me.
it out, dude.
It's crazy to me that, like, and again, I'm not, no blame on her. Okay. Like, she's a woman. She should never have to deal with this shit. This guy is clearly a fucking psychotic asshole, bro. Like, no doubt. Right. But it's really like, it's one of those situations where you talk about your house is in order before you're trying to like lead the whole fucking entire city. You know, like, I think the voters would see that and obviously feel absolutely gutted over it. But like, how do you possibly vote for her? Really, how do you vote for her?
I like AP's comment. She goes, "Sexy time."
Oh, sexy time.
Like,
oh yeah,
like
maybe she likes
so-
it rough, dude.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like that time, and
I
she
don't
That
was
was a
doing an
dildo that
interview.
slapped her in the
and he
face.
was
It
like,
wasn't a shoe.
Yeah, you like that?
I'm wondering if that comment's out of
Yeah.
context. I mean, I'm thinking somebody else said something in here that like has.
No, I'm taking it how I
Okay.
seen it.
Oh man, dude.
Taking it how
Dude.
I seen it.
Dude, it was a used condom that slapped her in the chin.
Nicole
Oh.
said Chris Brown is added again.
Maybe.
Dude, you could see the fear in her face, bro. Like, she was side-eye. Greg, go watch it and actually hear it and just watch. Like, because she looks terrified. Not only that, but she's probably fucking massively embarrassed, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is your shot. You're on TV, bro. You're talking about your campaign.
This is how your campaign
and she
is
knows
publicized.
it's over. Like, she has
Well,
to
how
know
do you
it's
know this
over.
won't get her like the sympathy vote?
Well, maybe,
Maybe.
but I don't think so. Would you vote for her?
I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't
Listen,
know what the context of it is.
I'm
you know what I mean?
just saying, like, I would want her to get help. I would want to find a way for her to get out of the situation. But like, and I don't mean that like, listen, I'm just saying, like, now's not the time to be a mayor, probably. You know what I mean? Like, let's
AP
get her.
says all I saw was pants. And that's
Oh.
true. Maybe he was throwing the clothes that he had on.
Oh, so when the camera or the iPad or whatever she had got knocked over, that was his dick actually like flopping out.
Well, I mean, or like it was the pants he took off and like was like,
Yeah, but
threw
she
them.
wasn't giggling, bro. I feel like if we've seen this, remember when the whole COVID thing?
Yeah,
the work
but I
at
feel
home?
like if you're doing an interview on national news and your husband comes in for some fucking dick play,
No.
he's throwing his pants at you, you're not going to be entertained.
No, but here's the thing. We saw this already with COVID when people were working at home. They had those in-home meetings. There was that like prank where
Jeffrey Toobin, CNN.
the husband or the wife would come in naked while they were in a meeting, like behind the thing and like film their husband or wife, and they'd be like, "Stop!" Like, 'cause, like they're
Gary,
like,
get out of
they
here.
can't
Gary.
do anything about it,
Come on.
you know. So I'm
That's
just saying,
true.
she looked scared. She didn't look like
She
"Ooh,
did look a little worried.
Ooh, there's a dick here, and I can't wait to get off this. You know, to get off on
Yeah,
that.
she was
you know?
not amused. She was not happy.
No, she was not happy about it at all.
Maybe he did that, like thinking like it would work because she doesn't normally want it anyway.
I'm not
And
gonna
she
go
was-
there. No, she's being abused. I don't want to even I don't even want to entertain it. She's definitely being abused.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's why I want
She's
some
being-
like follow up to this. Like, what the hell?
there probably won't
Did
be
anybody reach out? Did
Well,
the
listen,
news agency that she was like having an interview
I mean,
with
I
reach
hope
out?
somebody would have.
No, they're gonna reach out because if she's running for mayor, There is no way in hell that she didn't get a million fucking questions about this within the days after. Because this happened like a week ago.
Well, what are the comments on the video? They're just the TikTok alone. Can we read those?
Yeah, go to it real quick. I mean, it says Patrice Sanders should
Was
be
Kevin
ashamed of
Spacey
herself.
on the comments? No.
So there are some people are commenting that Patrice Sanders, who's the one that's interviewing her
On the news
should be
show,
ashamed for not asking if she's okay and not getting help for her. Looks like she needs to talk to the police about her personal safety. She handled that so well. No way I'd be able to keep a frack of the conversation, whatever. Extremely sad. He needs to be arrested. Incredibly sad. I mean, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I see multiple people in the chat asking what state it was in.
Maryland.
It's Baltimore, right? You
Yeah,
it said
she was
Baltimore.
running
Maryland?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the mayor of Baltimore, but it's probably like, like it just says, Baltimore problems. So could be like a suburb of Baltimore. I have no idea. So, but I'm sure she spoke about it. And again, that would be worth looking into. I feel for her, man. I feel for her. That's like, listen, if he's willing to do that on camera,
Oh yeah.
like I can't
can you
imagine what he does
actually
behind
happens?
the scenes, dude. And she's trying to be tough, and I will give her. She's a tough woman. For her to even try to keep that going and try to keep a straight face, I give her that. I just think like when you have that kind of stuff, like man, put that mayor shit aside for a minute and get yourself where you're healthy.
Yeah, that guy's somebody that needs the shit beat out of him.
Or killed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just
sorry.
put this up. It's Sheila Dixon
Yeah.
is her name.
Yeah.
And she is a Democratic mayoral hopeful. So
Yeah.
for Baltimore. So we'll,
Okay.
we'll see.
So, well, I wish her the best. I really do. You know, it's just sad. You don't get to see that stuff on live TV very often. And especially
No,
in a mayor
that's
candidate.
actually really bizarre.
It's bizarre, bro. Like, man, dude, that guy is dangerous.
The gall he has.
The gall. Fucking prick.
Like that makes him
Fuck
even.
y'all.
Honestly makes him even worse.
Yeah.
That he has complete disregard for.
Well, and also
Yeah,
like,
people are saying Lorena Bobbitt. Lorena Bobbitt his ass.
and no, and the other thing is that
Yeah.
person interviewing, like, I know you're trying to keep it together to have a good interview, but like, come on, you see what's happening. Like, you should have stopped and been
That's
like,
true.
are you in danger right now? Like, do we need to give you help right now? Like, call that shit out. Like, don't
Yeah,
act
she
like
should've.
nothing's happening. Like,
She
that's the
should've.
problem with these fucking people.
She should have.
Well, and they could hear in the background, right?
Oh,
yes.
There's a
guaranteed.
man's voice.
Yes, 'cause
Guaranteed.
she kept saying, she said something to the effect of like, oh, we're getting some like disturbance or like we're cutting out or something. We must be cutting out or something. And the guy's like, fucking bitch, blah, blah. You know, like he's
Wow.
just,
Yeah.
and so she heard the whole fucking thing, bro.
Yeah, she knew exactly.
And she
what
was trying to
going
do the anchor man, like keep it together shit. And it's like, actually, what would have been
I'm
great is if
Ron
you would have
Burgundy.
called her out and said, are you okay? Do we need to call the police because something's happening? Like, do we need to let you go and call the police? Like stand up for these people, man. It's kind of gross.
on.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it's a little gross.
That makes her a little more disgusting.
Anyways,
Good show, guys.
Dang,
That was
good.
fun.
That
Sorry,
was
man.
interesting.
it's interesting. We'll have to look into it a little more. See what happened to her, man, or see what she interviewed afterwards saying, because she's gonna have to bring it up. She will.
Yes, indeed.
She's gonna get asked about it for sure.
Happy Hump Day, guys. Appreciate being back. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Christmas.
Absolutely.
And on to the new year.
Woo!
Yeah, everybody get on Patreon. We'll be on there this Friday. This is our Zoom party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Zoom party Friday.
It is. Guys, appreciate you. Love you. Cheers to you all.
Cheers,
We made it
everybody.
through the holidays.
Woo!
One more to go.